Okay, so let's set the scene. It's February 11th, 2026. We are at the Bahrain International Circuit.
The air is warm, you can hear the engines firing up, the anticipation is just huge.
But we need to be really clear about something right off the bat. This is not the Grand Prix.
No, that's not until April. This is, you could argue, even more critical, especially for the teams themselves.
This is the first official preseason test. And our sources are flagging this one as just incredibly high stakes.
Because these are all new cars, completely new.
Right, we're talking revised engines, new chassis, a whole new set of regulations. And this is the first time they're really hitting the track in anger.
So our mission today is to try and cut through all the noise.
All the lap times.
Exactly. And figure out what is actually going on inside those garages. Because they are trying their best to confuse us.
That brings us perfectly to the first big crap, the one you need to avoid. Obsessing over the timing sheet.
Oh, please resist the urge. It is so tempting.
You see who's fastest on day one and think, well, that's the championship winner right there.
But it's meaningless. The teams, right now, they couldn't care less about raw speed. They care about one word: correlation.
So basically, does the car, in the real world, does it behave like the computer models back at the factory said it would?
That is the only goal. If the wind tunnel data says you should have X amount of downforce in turn 10,
and the sensors on the car confirm it,
then the engineers are happy, even if the car is 2 seconds off the pace because they're on heavy fuel or a low engine mode. It's all about validating their tools.
Okay, but even with all the bluffing and the sandbagging, you can usually smell confidence. And Mercedes seems surprisingly confident.
They do. Martin Brundle's commentary noted that their early form cannot be ignored.
And I saw a quote from George Russell, who's usually pretty careful with his words. He described the car as just ticking the boxes.
Which, in driver speak, is incredibly high praise for a brand new car. It means he's not fighting it.
But the real story here isn't just that they look quick. It's the why. There's already a technical controversy brewing.
This is the big talking point in the paddock. It's all about engine compression.
Right. The reports are that Mercedes has found a way to maximize it in what they're calling a gray area of the regulations.
So this isn't just a small tweak. This could be a fundamental advantage in how the engine makes power.
A huge advantage. And the FIA has sort of acknowledged this gray area exists, but they haven't ruled on it yet.
So the big question is this a brilliant loophole, or is it going to get banned before the first race?
It wouldn't be Formula One without a looming protest, would it? So if Mercedes is setting that benchmark, what's going on elsewhere?
Well, Ferrari seems to be playing a different game entirely. They were out early, but our sources say they are obsessed with cooling.
Which makes sense in the desert heat.
Especially with these new 2026 power units. They have completely different thermal demands. You can't cool the thing, you can't finish.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, you hear that Williams might be struggling a bit with their build.
It just highlights how wide the performance spread can be this early. And then you have the total wild cards like Audi and Cadillac.
This is their first real test against the established teams, a steep, steep learning curve.
They're not just finding lap time. They're trying to figure out if all the systems will even run reliably for more than a few laps.
Now, this is the point where I'd usually say, you should turn on the TV and watch for yourself. But we have a problem.
A massive problem, a huge analytical blind spot.
The broadcasters, like Sky Sports F1, they're only showing the final hour of each session live.
Which, for analysis, it's almost useless. We miss everything. The installation laps, the long runs on heavy fuel.
The moments where a car looks really unsettled on cold tires, we can't see any of that.
It forces us to rely on data feeds and radio transcripts instead of the good old eye test.
So you can see that a car is slow in Sector 2, but you have no visual clue why. Is it bottoming out? Is it understeer? We're just looking at spreadsheet.
We're analyzing spreadsheets instead of race cars. It's incredibly frustrating.
Okay, so let's recap. Mercedes is fast, but maybe playing with fire.
The rest of the grid is hiding their pace to check their math.
And we can't actually watch most of it happen anyway.
That pretty much sums up the beautiful chaos of preseason testing. The pecking order is a total mystery.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. With the FIA openly admitting there's a gray area in the engine rules, you have to ask yourself, is this Mercedes compression trick a brilliant innovation? Or did we just witness the first shot fired in a legal battle that's going to last all season long?
I have a feeling the lawyers are going to be just as busy as the mechanics this year.